In the world of affordable watches, a few big names come to mind, along with some smaller micro brands making waves. But no brand has dominated the space quite like Seiko. They have decades of experience, heritage dating all the way back to 1895, and they're one of the few watch companies that manufactures the vast majority of their watches in-house. Seiko watches are already known for being affordable, but today we're doing something really special. We're taking a look at 20 of the coolest Seikos that are heavily discounted right now, making some of the best value-packed watches even more accessible. All of them are available on Amazon with Prime, so free shipping, free returns, no risk, all reward. It's actually 21 watches, so we've got a lot to take a look at. Let's jump into it. When Seiko released the 6-watch collection of the new Prospex Speedtimer Solar Chronograph, it was an instant hit. The watches were heavily inspired by the brand's 1969 chrono, one of the world's first automatic chronographs. The design cues were a total nod to vintage racing watches, with the pump pushers, tachymeter bezel, and panda-style dial. Add the solar-powered convenience of not having to change a battery and a 6-month power reserve, these watches had it all, which included really great dimensions, especially for a chronograph. The 39mm case makes it a great size for a lot of wrists, proving its versatility. This is one of the most sought-after watches in Seiko's deep catalog, and collectors love it because it has heritage, great looks, convenience, and an affordable price for all that you get. Some even call this new collection a budget Daytona because it has a lot of those same racing vibes. Out of all the models available in this collection, my two favorites are the SSC 813 with the Panda dial and the all-black 819. They do come equipped on a classic 3-link oyster-style bracelet, which is a perfect fit for this style of watch, but they definitely would look incredible on just about anything, so throw them on a leather or canvas like a NATO and mix up the look to give it different personalities. These watches retail for $695, but they are currently available on Amazon for $565. Seiko's 5 Sports collection is full of really amazing watches, but perhaps the most compelling is the SSK GMT line. As soon as they hit the market in 2022, people went crazy over them, and it makes sense why. Traditionally, automatic GMTs can be quite expensive, but leave it up to Seiko to make them much more affordable. And that's just one of the reasons why these watches are such great value propositions. One detail that got everyone really excited about the SSK lineup is how they retain a lot of the DNA we loved about the discontinued SKX. The chunky case, bolt indices, and that tool watch feel. But with the GMT functionality, it's kind of like Seiko said, what if we turn the SKX into a GMT? And that's just what they did. And these watches look incredible. Super stylish, great specs, solid build quality, and because of the tremendous success, there are a variety of colorways to choose from. So there's definitely an SSK for everyone. You have the classics like black and the Pepsi colorway in blue and red, along with some fun, vibrant colors like yellow and white. The coin edge bezel paired with the two-tone 24-hour insert and the built-like-a-tank construction Seiko was known for, this collection could easily be called the best affordable automatic GMT in the market. I really love that Seiko went with a Jubilee-style bracelet. I think the polished center links with the contrasting brush links add a more refined, classy look to a very tool watch, sporty design. The SSK retails for $475, which is a fair price for an automatic GMT with this level of build quality, but even better is Amazon has really discounted prices that range from $304 up to $345. What was already a really affordable, awesome watch is now even better. The Prospex line has a long list of hits, but if there was one watch that I think goes under the radar and doesn't get the love or attention that it deserves, is the Analog-Digital Solar-Powered Collection, the SNJ. Seiko is, of course, most known for its mechanical and quartz analog watches, but they actually have a deep history of digital models, and they still make some from time to time, a tribute to an 80s icon, the Arnie. This modern reissue of a hybrid diver was the first analog-digital dive watch that earned a cult status after being worn by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Commando, Predator, and other big films. But this isn't your average quartz watch. It is solar-powered, super accurate, and amazingly convenient. A lot of watches are considered a tool watch, but how many of them really are? The SNJ is a true tool watch, one that is built like an absolute tank and can handle just about anything. The combination of the digital screen and all the functionality it displays, like dual time, full auto calendar, a chronograph, alarm, and tons more, paired with the traditional analog display, is such a cool, unique, completely awesome watch. These are slightly larger watches, so for that, it does take a lot of people out of consideration. Just under 48 mil in diameter, it's no small watch, but it is well proportioned thanks to the tuna case and lightweight materials. Comparing it to your average G-Shock, it's pretty similar in size. What I really love about the SNJ is it's not the first watch that comes to mind when you think of Seiko, and I really love that about it. They really hit it out of the park with the rugged design, solid comfort, and a long list of functionality. When released, the watch retailed for $525, and in classic Amazon fashion, leave it up to them for heavily discounted pricing at $425. If you're noticing a trend here, Seiko does have a pretty extensive list of legendary dive watches, and one of my absolute favorites is the Turtle. It shares the cushion case DNA that's found on another one of Seiko's legendary divers, the Willard, but in a much rounder form, hence the Turtle name. There's something so darn cool about this design that is instantly recognizable and unique among dive watches with its softer, more wearable look compared to sharp-edged divers. The OG Turtle 6306 and 6309 became beloved by professional divers, soldiers, and collectors not only because of its great looks, but also its toughness. The modern reissues keep that same makeup, but with new upgrades like automatic movements. What's surprising about the Turtle is even though it's a 45mm watch, the curved case hugs the wrist surprisingly well, and even people with medium wrists enjoy wearing the watch and don't feel like it comes across as too large. Few watches deliver this much heritage, ISO, dive rating, and reliability in the $300 to $500 price range. And like the SKX, the Turtle has a big modding scene with aftermarket ceramic bezels, sapphire swaps, and strap changes available to make it even more unique. I've gone down the modding rabbit hole and it's really fun. Seiko has released a bunch of different variations of the Turtle with different colors and textured dials, and luckily for us, Amazon has a few of them available at some really awesome discounts. A watch that retails for $595 or $795 for limited editions. It's available on Amazon for as low as $360. Definitely worth checking out if you've had your eyes on a Turtle. As much as Seiko is known for incredibly value-packed dive watches, they also make some of the best affordable automatic dress watches and daily Gattas you could find anywhere, especially the Style 60s under the Presage name. These watches blend sporty, tool watch aesthetics with elegant, classy refinement perfectly. This collection is versatile and true Gattas. Go anywhere, do anything with. And even though the SRPG05 is functionally a dive watch, it looks the part of a dress watch just the same, and I love that. It has so much old school charm and really great details. An eye-catching blue sunburst dial, framed date window, and gold accents. It's an absolute stunner. And the specs are stacked. Really great dimensions at just under 41 mil in diameter, 12 in thickness, and a total length of 47. So it will have that wrist presence and comfort we want in a watch. There's also an exhibition case back so you could see that automatic in-house manufactured movement in action, which is always fun. This is always a big selling point of any Seiko watch, is the fact that they manufacture their own movements in-house. There's also the SRPL07, which has a similar warm retro design packaged in a durable tool watch, but in a different layout and colorway. Retail is either $525 or $575, and Amazon has them priced at $385 for the 05 and $460 for the 07. That discount on the 05 is a crazy price. The most popular, dressier Seiko watch probably goes to the Cocktail Time, which is absolutely gorgeous and also falls under the Presage name. Each and every one of them, and there's a bunch to choose from. Different dial colors, textures, and sizes. Anytime I see someone ask what is the best affordable automatic watch, you'll often see at least one person recommends a Cocktail Time, and it makes sense why. Although these watches retail for under $500, they look way more expensive, especially because of the dials. They're not Grand Seiko level, of course, but the level of finishing is really incredible, not just on the dials, but also the case and the bracelets. I love the variety of models available within the Cocktail Time collection, and although Amazon doesn't have every single one of them readily available at the discounted prices, the ones they do have are classics. Like the Style 60s, these are more sophisticated looking and lean towards that dressy aesthetic, but they still have some sporty and casual design cues that make them really quite versatile. And of course, you could always mix up the straps to make them a bit more sporty or a bit more casual or formal, so they are definitely strap monsters. These two references on Amazon retail for $450, but they are available for just $360. Out of all the watches Seiko has ever made, there is no collection that has earned more of a positive reputation for being value-packed, incredibly well-made, and really stylish than the 5 Sports line, and there's tons of styles to choose from. If we're simply talking classic, versatile three-handers, this is definitely the real sweet spot for affordability because at this price point, they've released a wide array of different colors and formats you could think of. One of the big standouts is a newer release just last year, and it oozes that cool factor that is reminiscent of an era from the past of Seiko. The SRPK is part of the brand's updated SNXS series that has since been discontinued. A series developed with the concept of EDC in mind, everyday carry, offering a more compact and durable design, more suitable for daily wear. But it's not just this watch that comes to mind when I think of all the great 5 Sports that are out there. There's also the replacement to the famous and now discontinued XKX line that brings modern and little subtle tweaks to the collection than we've seen before. Within this assortment of dive watches, there are countless options available from classics like black and white, along with really fun, refreshing designs that include blue, orange, and even yellow in collaboration with Bruce Lee. Seiko has done a really great job at keeping the 5 Sports line fresh and current with different collaborations like the Street Fighter game and just last month an official Pepsi sponsored watch that looks incredible. The big takeaway is this: the 5 Sports line is up there with some of the best affordable automatic watches you could buy. And with that comes super durable, well-built timepieces with in-house manufacturing and heritage. The average 5 Sports three-hander retails for $325, and you could find them readily available on Amazon, depending on the model, for around $220. A couple other really popular and impressive Seiko divers are the Samurai and the Monster. Both have a different design that looks like nothing else in the market, and this is something Seiko does really well, designing watches. The Samurai combines a bold design, professional dive capabilities, and great value, making it another one of Seiko's iconic watches. The case has a really cool, sharp, angular execution that resembles a samurai sword. This is another great example on why people choose Seiko time and time again. For the price, you're getting a professional-grade dive watch with unique styling, automatic movement, and ISO dive certification for less than comparable Swiss divers. I also really like the size of the Samurai. At 43 by 12.5 by 48, it's right in that sweet spot for a slightly larger watch, but nothing over the top or trying too hard to be seen. Everything is balanced from the design to the wearability. This is another one of those watches that's available on Amazon for well under $100 off retail, which is $525, but you could get it for $420. The Seiko Monster, on the other hand, is special because it's a bold, rugged, and really distinctive dive watch that has built a cult following for a variety of reasons. Like the Samurai, it has a unique and almost aggressive design. The Monster lives up to its name because it is very chunky and has the looks with sharp, jagged indices and a bold bezel. The large, sword-shaped hands and oversized dial markers also add to the Monster appearance. The collection comes in many dial colors and in classic Seiko fashion, some limited editions as well, including a baby Monster in a smaller size. Seiko collectors love this model because of its affordability, robust design, and distinct visual appeal. This watch is not subtle and does stand out on the wrist. It's a bit quirky and aggressive in style, making it a total love or hate type of watch, but that's part of its charm. Retail is $529 and on Amazon, $449. As you can see, Seiko has no shortage of really impressive watches that ranges from sporty divers to classic three-handers and even dressier, more sophisticated options. It's tough for me to choose one absolute favorite because I have a soft spot for all of them. What's impressive is all the different styles and colors available at really fantastic prices, especially the discounted amounts that you could find on Amazon. I did want to make sure all of these watches are available with Prime, so you get free shipping and free returns. So if you had your eyes on any of these timepieces, definitely a great opportunity and no risk. Do keep in mind things are a little bit fluid with Amazon. Prices change, things sell out, and the Prime shipping could also change, so do keep that in mind. So if there is anything you are interested in, I would act fast because you never know what could happen. I do hope you enjoyed the video and taken a look at some really awesome watches at really great prices. That's it for today. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.